Hello, I'm Shaun Strickland from Momentum Wealth, the research advisor here, and I'm going to be discussing what you should look for when acquiring a profitable development site. The first thing we'd look for when acquiring a profitable development site is it physically possible? We've got the side that I do quite comprehensively, which is the research side of things, which is looking at the planning and the background stage of that property. So what we have to look for there is the town planning scheme. We look for local planning policies that affect it. We look at state policies that affect the property. What we want to be able to do is be able to build what we want on that piece of land. If you can't do that, then the rest of it is absolutely pointless. The other side of things that we do is also the due diligence side. We're looking for red flags, such as limestone under the ground level. This can really add to your costs when looking at the development, and it can really blow out your profits. The second thing we'd look for in a development site would be, is there an end market for the product? There's no point building 2 townhouses when the market dictates that villas is the better option, or looking at villas when we know that we can actually put on 8 apartments and there is a market to sell those because it could increase your profitability. You need to know what you need to sell. You can do this by looking at your online sources such as yourrealestate.com, or if you have subscriptions to something like a CoreLogic or something along those lines. However, another avenue is by talking to your sales agents, working out what's selling, what's getting good prices. Another area that we can look at is also supply. We need to make sure that we're not building a property type that is currently oversupplied within the area. So we can see this with a lot of apartments in certain zones, and we would just avoid that market altogether. An alternative there could be looking at a higher end townhouse type development. So there are options, and it's all about finding your highest and best use and maximising those profits. The final thing we'd look for in a profitable development site is that word right there, profit. In the end, we need to make sure this development is feasible. We need to shore up our costs, and we need to shore up what we can sell this property for. So with our costs, you can do this by talking to your builders and tendering it out during the due diligence stage. We need to get that cost as tight as possible. If that goes up, that can really hurt your bottom line. On the other side of the coin, it's what you can sell the properties for. You really have to do your research on this. You need to know what you're competing against. You need to know what they're selling for. You need to know what's sold previously. And by doing this, you can get a nice tight picture of what your development's going to be, and therefore what your profits are going to be. In the end, we want to find a profitable development site.